London became a global financial hub after 1986. There was an event known as Big Bang, and that event was government actually excluded a lot of regulations in terms of finance from the city. There was the fixed commission costs for every kind of trade, but they deregulated that and made the banks to compete instead of for the commission costs. Whenever the deregulations happen in a country, the first thing that happens is that a lot of global market makers moved there. Yeah, the same happened with London. Before that, New York was a bit of a financial hub, but to get the market share, government actually deregulated city in terms of finance. That was a need of a time to get out with other firm to be in the London, and that made the London a big financial hub. First, let me define what can be described as a global financial hub. It is kind of a city that actually possesses the global money supply disproportionately against other cities. Like a huge chunk of global money supply, like foreign exchange, just passes through that city. And also, the other thing is that there must be a part of banks, settlement system should be dense, market should be generally dense, exchanges, clearinghouses must be there. Then the third thing, which is important, is that the talented people must be there because of the premium of the city to be there against other cities. That city must exude some different kind of premium. So that kind of city can be called as a global financial hub. So London actually became a financial hub, partly because of nature, because it has time zone in between the Asia and United States working hours. So that was a good thing, and because of the British common law, which is well known globally, and also because of the capital markets, which used to be deep, but now it's nothing like same. Yeah, London used to be something like that. Still now a bit, but wine is gone actually. First 20 years was a bit good. Yeah, 1987 to 2007, when the global financial crisis actually started. You must understand that when there is too much deregulation, there will be too much shady things happening. So that was a time when all of the shady things actually got uncovered. The LIBOR scandal, which is the London Interbank Offering Rate, it is a kind of a thing that a benchmark rate, like an interest rate, that was actually used between the banks. So banks actually used to vote on that interest rate every other day to get it calculated to trade between themselves. So that was a problem actually because it was too vulnerable to manipulation that it used to get manipulated. Yeah, because the banks can actually profit by giving not investing interest rates. So that was a time, and also a lot of money laundering got uncovered that time. So the LIBOR actually got dismissed in recent in 2024. It is permanently closed by the IC exchange. That was the time when London actually started to lose its status. Brexit is the second nail in this coffin. When in 2020 the UK actually exited the European Union officially, the passporting rights got dismissed, and that was the time when a lot of firms had to move their staff, had to move a lot of operations to the European Union in different cities like Berlin, Dublin, and these are the cities that started to make their own names. A lot of other patients when moving to the other cities, that a lot of money passing through the same city will not be passed now upon now. It will be passing through different nodes, different channels. Yeah, now the Frankfurt, the city which actually is now kind of a leader in the front office trading, especially in the fixed income and derivatives. And the Paris is actually the big name in the investment banking and asset management, in EOF especially. And since the Brexit, it was also the COVID, the regulations got changed a lot. Like this kind of uncertainty, the political kind of uncertainty, because the regulation got pulled off by a lot of politicians, and there's a short narrative everywhere, kind of in the United Kingdom. So this made a lot of firms to pause actually, or to move, or to just be small in their operations. So that actually affected the firms a lot. And so another kind of thing which the European Union is kind of politically playing with the United Kingdom is that there's a kind of European Union equivalent status of the operations, which is actually kind of a certificate given by the European Union when entity working in the finance, and whenever a firm in the United Kingdom watching the European Union for its equivalent status in the other part of the Europe, the European Union is actually not passing that status, just rejecting kind of, and because of that, the same firm which is applying has to bear a lot of duplicate costs into different jurisdictions, yeah, in the United Kingdom and the European Union. The European Union is kind of slowing that allowance to just make the United Kingdom less competent against the European Union. And that has made the United Kingdom less competent against other cities now. Last five prime ministers actually got changed. All of them were conservatives. And yeah, conservative parties are actually less tight on regulations. It is a kind of pro-business party. Why the heck they just simply don't loosen the regulations? It's kind of because of the Labour Party. Yeah, it doesn't want to be seen as kind of soft on banks. After the 2008 crisis, then the regulations got uncovered. So confidence of the investors and the people in the London is actually lost politically, economically, regulatory, and all of ways which can be described. So for the firms, it is better to get a different place, to get a second place in the European Union, to just run operations smoothly. And yeah, the capital markets are not now much of deep because the listings on the London Stock Exchange are now not near close to the United States, because the homegrown companies in the United Kingdom also want to list on the New York Stock Exchange, not on the London Stock Exchange. A lot of people does not want to invest in the United Kingdom at all, and they're just chasing the good premiums in the United States, because if a firm gets listed on the London Stock Exchange for just, let's say, 20 billion pounds, then that same firm can go somewhere else like the United States and list with that valuations of the triple times. This is actually happening because of a lot of institutional investors like the private equity and the pension funds does not actually holding any kind of United Kingdom equities in their portfolios, just a little bit, like the 5 to 6%. It is kind of concerning, yeah. When the investors originating from the United Kingdom itself actually are not investing in the United Kingdom equities, they are going to the United States for that kind of thing. So that is eating a lot of valuations. And the institutional investors who invested in the United Kingdom at all are also just for the dividends. They are investing in the companies that actually provide good dividend. Historically, you can see that dividend growth on the United Kingdom equities have grown a lot faster than the real wage growth. So people are chasing dividends there. It is at the cost of reinvestment. The companies of United Kingdom are actually not reinvesting the money but paying in dividends, and not investing in the research and development and innovation, and that's actually causing some productivity gains. And also the bureaucratic system in the United Kingdom kind of diminishes the good entrepreneurship. They celebrate entrepreneurs. They actually invest into their startups, but when they start to compete with big names, they just simply get their bureaucratic powers in the mid and just get them out of the game. So that's a problem in the United Kingdom right now. And these kind of shitty things in the United Kingdom actually making it kind of less of a global financial hub. And now United Kingdom government has some other kind of focus points like the fintech and technology at the core. So they are putting the efforts into that, but that is causing a divergence from being a global financial hub, because these are two niche subjects, and yeah, it's hard to compete in this against United States, I think. And yeah, the other places like the Singapore, Dubai, and yeah, you know about the United States because it is kind of a global center right now in finance. So these other cities are actually competing against United Kingdom because right now it is easy to flow the money out of a country. What I can say that now not a single country can be seen as a global financial hub. A lot of different countries can be seen at the same time because it is so easy to move money from United Kingdom to United States, from United States to Dubai. There are not more hurdles. Right now, the learners still have advantage, which is that a lot of foreign exchange settlements still happen through London, and a lot of global debt issuance goes through the London for in the European area. So it is a good thing for learners still now. As the world got more complex, I think a lot of financial products actually got invented, but London is not so good in the new kind of games like fintech and the other stuff because the United States got that space right now. Since then, a lot of other cities actually started to compete in that, and because of the easiness of the money flow, that London is just losing its status as a financial hub. So I think you got my point. So subscribe to my channel so I can put out more stuff like this. Bye.